6, listen carefully. The black horses which are therein go forth into the north country, north country, north country. You got it? Bear, bear, bear. All right? And I'm not talking about, the north country. All right? It's important you remember that color, too. Which color goes to the north country? The black horses. And the white go forth after them. This can even be translated, goes a little bit to the west of them, if you want. You know who the white horses are. It's the Kenites that are controlled by their father, and they're going to go wherever they want to anyway, all right? They're going to control. And the grizzled, that's the iron gray, go forth toward the south country. South country. I'm sorry, does that sound ludicrous? But I want to draw your attention to it. Now, if I were to ask you, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Let's read on just a little further. And the bay, what did I tell you about the bay? That simply means the strong horses. That's all of them. Went forth and sought to go that they might walk to and fro through the earth. And he said, get ye hence, walk to and fro through the earth. So they walked to and fro through the earth. Now, did they walk to and fro through halfway between here and heaven? On earth. Then cried he upon me, and spake unto me, saying, Behold, these go toward the north country. These that go toward the north country have quieted my spirit in the north country. That's God speaking. He says, I found a little peace in this. You know why? I feel it started the wheel moving. It started the deadly wound. The deadly wound is started both in the north and the south. If we were to continue on, and you will take that as an assignment for your later work, and if you have trouble with the Hebrew, you get the tapes on the minor prophets and understand these cities and the names that are given as to who the crown goes on. It isn't necessary to go along with this study we're doing now. It's just a deeper study into the return of Christ. But I don't want to talk about the return of Christ. Now I want to talk about the deadly wound. Let's see. Now let's remember 2 points especially. We've got the grizzly or the pale horses going south, and we've got the black horses going north. And it made God feel good. It made him feel good about earth again, meaning his plan, his action. I must caution you to again remember the 4 spirits, how important they are in this in the book of Daniel. They have to do with bringing about the deadly wound because of the 6th chapter of the book of Daniel. That's why I took you there, was to prove just that one point. Like I said, I don't need the experience I had one day I cannot share it with you. I would lose my credibility even with some of you. So I choose not to do that. But the 6th chapter of Daniel will do that for you. It lets you know the sequence exact from the 4 spirits of God. I might ask you, do you know what the 4 spirits of God are? Do you know what the number 4 signifies in biblical numerics? The earth, all right? It means those angels, or that part of the Holy Spirit that has to do with God's control of earth. That's what it's talking about. It's not some different set of spirits, good spirits. It's the Holy Spirit, that part that is in charge of controlling God's actions and people on this earth. Now I'm going to share something with you. We're going to go back to the 6th chapter of the book of Revelation. And just let this flow real good for yourself. Analyze it and see what you think about it. See what you think about it. Now, first of all, we know that the white horse in verse 2 of chapter 6 in Revelation is Antichrist. We know we don't start with him. All right? Antichrist doesn't show up until after the deadly wound happens and after the horses go forth. So we're going to go to the 5th I want to say this in a way, and I wish there was some way I could just really simplify it for you. I believe, and this is supposition from here forth, I believe that the seals that I have always taught were out of sequence as far as the trumpets, which is the action, are concerned. And I have a very special reason, because I have certain knowledge that they're not, and I won't go any further than that. But I believe that as far as the flesh bodies are concerned, or as long as we are in flesh bodies, and up until the supernatural appears, that from 1 through 5 are reversed. And then after the white horse appears, in the spiritual sense, they are in order and work back the other way. I want to say that one more time. I believe, and this is supposition to you, that inasmuch in the fifth seal we have those already under the altar of God saying, "How much longer, God, before you're going to turn loose and avenge us on earth?" And then as we work down to the appearance of Antichrist on earth, they are reversed. And then they turn around and come back the other way after the little horn appears. I will illustrate. Follow me. Let's take these